me ask you something. What happens when a royal releases a jam brand and then disappears without a trace? Because Meghan Markle launched her lifestyle brand as ever with a whole lot of pastel elegance, buzzwords, jams, teas, a great mix. It sold out within hours and then nothing. No restock, no update, not even a thanks for shopping. So was this ever really about jam, or was as ever just a Trojan horse, a set piece for something bigger? Today we're asking, was Meghan Markle's lifestyle brand as ever meant to actually succeed? Or was it just another beautifully packaged performance distracting us all? Welcome back to ashleybtv. If you're new, you are now officially a beekeeper. You are part of the hive and our community is buzzing. And I mean, literally, someone just said, I think you should call your deep dives Beehive Deep Dive. And I am loving that. So if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Help us reach our next goal of 10,000 subscribers. I'm a former TV news reporter and a Hollywood actress. I could never make videos like this when I was actually in the industry. So this is just so fun to get to share my knowledge and to explore the inner outworkings of Hollywood with you guys. On this channel, we like to protect the truth, question the spin, pull all the puzzle pieces together. We also get a little bit unhinged. We do fun movie reviews, things like that. So join the community, hit that subscribe button. And this is a video, guys, you are going to want to save. You're going to want to share with your friends. The more I dove into this theory of mine, the more I realized I think this is the truth that's been hiding, and now I'm going to share it with all of you. Today, we're diving into Meghan Markle's brand as ever, and why all of you probably have this like gut feeling inside of you that's like, is this an actual brand, or is she just fooling all of us? Why has this brand been out of stock for months? Was this ever even actually a brand? All right, let's start from the beginning of this chaos. As ever, launched the 9 core products: raspberry jam, teas, wildflower honey, and a crepe mix. And everything looked expensive, elegant, small batch, and it all sold out. Meghan liked to tell everyone it sold out within 45 minutes. Yet people who are actually on the website waitlist, like myself, because I wanted to try the products like all of you. I don't know if you guys actually wanted to. I wanted to try them so I could give a review to you. They never received a notification. Interesting. And now it's been over 2 months and they're still out of stock. Unlike the Kardashians who have, get your pre-sold items here, you can pay ahead of time to get something that's out of stock. Meghan doesn't have that. The site is still live. It's still looking gorgeous and artisanal, but nothing's available. There's no wait list. There's no announcement. Nothing on social media except her and Harry bouncing around between concerts. And a lot of media outlets are now calling this a logistical nightmare. So this already got me starting to think, and I was thinking, if you were really trying to build a solid brand, wouldn't you be, number one, communicating with your customers? You just launched a brand. Like, where is your product? Wouldn't you restock, or at least tell them when they could get their restock options, instead of sending all your products to celebrities to promote in a very 2012 way all over social media? That was already raising a red flag. And honestly, it's been raising a red flag for many media outlets who cover Meghan and Harry. They're like, where is her product? Where is it? Well, hold that thought for just a second. Let's dive deeper into the word artisanal, because the as ever products are positioned as a small batch, elevated lifestyle brand where everything is described as intentional. We keep hearing the words. We're authentic, we're organic, we're heritage inspired. But here's what's missing. Any proof. There are no sourcing details, no partnerships with known producers, no certificates or origin stories. And as of now, there's no evidence that Meghan is working with artisanal suppliers at all. It's just brand copy, not transparency. In today's market, that matters. Wellness brands like Hailey Bieber's Rhode or even Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop, say what you will, they show the behind the scenes. They show how things are made. As ever, it's giving mood board, not a business. So now the beekeepers are buzzing. And now if this wasn't on your radar, it is. Let's dive deeper. At that exact same time, she launched her Netflix show, and she also launched her podcast, which has been ever so enlightening, Confessions of a Female Founder, right? The message is crystal clear. Meghan is positioning herself as a female founder, a modern entrepreneur, a working mother, a woman who supports other women. And it's perfect because now she actually is a founder. She founded this brand that's not selling anything. Weird. And here's the disconnect. The podcast feels more like a PR tool than a resource. It's glossy, polished, safe. The guest list is curated. The content is filtered. Empowerment is the theme, but the details, oh my goodness, the details are vague. If you want to hear my reviews on some of her podcast episodes, I will drop them in the description below. Watch that next. Meghan is crafting a cohesive brand world where every product, podcast, and promo is telling the same story. I'm a visionary founder. And let's be real, there's not a ton of money in artisanal jam, so why in the world is she selling it? It was never actually about the jam. Think about it. Jam and tea are low margin products, right? So even if you sold the jams at $16 to $20 and your cost was around $3 to $5, your margins are still really thin unless you're doing huge batches of volume. You're not pulling much, but she's not doing huge batches of volume. What's Meghan doing? She's linking her outfits like an influencer. And if that didn't raise a red flag, it should. She's a duchess with a $100 million Netflix deal, linking her products as if she's a fashion influencer. Like you and me. Sure, I like my products. I'll take the commission. Why does Meghan Markle need the commission, and why isn't she just focused on her brand? All the CEOs I know in the world are not linking their outfits for commission. They're worried about their products and getting their products out there to succeed. So like a fashion influencer and blog style posts tied to her brand, and this is where it gets really weird because most celebrity founders, Rihanna, Gwyneth, Hailey, they don't do that. They are the brand. You don't link an affiliate link to Zara or Laura Piana. You just produce your brand. This isn't just a business, it's a pivot, it's a scramble to monetize something while the buzz is still warm. Let's talk about the real money trail. Netflix is reportedly an investor in As Ever. The brand is owned by As Ever Enterprises LLC, based in Santa Barbara. All products are reportedly made in the US, not for sustainability reasons, but likely to avoid international tariffs and simplify production. But there's no evidence of a warehouse, no known wholesale partners, no fulfillment operation. This doesn't look like a consumer brand. It looks like a branded merch for a media empire. This isn't a consumer brand. She's not worried about selling jams or selling crepes or getting you your dead flowers to put on your overly priced shortbread cookies. She's trying to build branded merch for her media empire. That's where the real money is. Netflix deals, licensing, affiliate links, future publishing deals. I mean, as Megyn Kelly recently pointed out on her podcast, maybe she's laying the foundation for a post-divorce book deal. Variety is the one who reported on that. Variety doesn't report gossip. And now maybe a wellness brand to round it out. This was never about selling jam. This was never about curating authenticity and sharing with Oprah out of the joy of sharing. This was about creating a story, a narrative arc. Meghan is clearly trying to reposition herself post-royal exit, not as a mother, although she loves to talk about that, not as an actress, not even as a philanthropist, like she talked about before she met Harry, but as a female founder. But she doesn't want to do the work to actually found and run a company. She wants to take the shortcut, like what we've seen in her Spotify deal when Spotify execs called them out saying they were effing grifters because they would never even put in the actual work. Well, Meghan, you're not a duchess anymore. You can't cut the line. The real money is coming from Netflix content deals, licensing her brand, affiliate links, future book deals, and potentially selling this brand to a bigger retailer. And when you look at how the brand was launched perfectly in sync with her media content, you realized, As Ever might not be a company. It might just be serving as content. And this makes perfect sense because if someone is trying to launch a genuine product, you're going to have inventory of that product. I mean, even Blake Lively's trying to force her Blake Brown on us. Meghan Markle isn't doing that. And it makes perfect sense that she doesn't care about her actual product. She doesn't care about running a business. She cares about making headlines and bringing people to her show, which no one's going to watch anyway. She also tried to convince us that, oh, ironically, she got picked up for a season 2. No, it was always picked up for 2 seasons. They had already shot 2 seasons. It was always picked up for 2 seasons. That drives me crazy because people don't know behind the scenes. So where is she sourcing these ingredients for her actual product? Who's actually running this warehouse? I want to know the answers to this. How much inventory was there actually? I need my beekeepers to do some investigating, buzz around behind the scenes, because I'm very invested in this for some reason. You know why? Because when I see someone trying to promote something that's clearly a facade, but people don't know, it drives me insane. I'm like, we have to uncover the truth. That's what we do on this channel. We're beekeepers. We protect the truth. We source for honey, even if it stings. All right, that's enough of the beekeeper analogy. Do you think As Ever is a scam? If you're defining scam as intentionally misleading for financial gain, maybe not. But if you define it as a carefully curated illusion, as something sold to the public that was never meant to function like a real business, then yeah, this is a conversation worth having. This doesn't feel like a lifestyle brand. This feels like a lifestyle play. As we saw, I included snippets from another YouTuber out of the UK, Kate McCann, who says it just doesn't feel like on her show she's showing us what real motherhood looks like. It looks like she's cosplaying as a mother who's baking in the kitchen. Nothing about it is real, and it's creating an idyllic sense of motherhood that's unrealistic and really makes people who don't have $100 million Netflix deal feel bad about themselves in the kitchen, because she's creating a lifestyle brand that's not even what she's like behind the scenes, but it's an illusion of it. And to create an illusion and try to sell it, the public is over that. It is not 2016 or 2017 when she released the TIG. Those days are over. We want real products that really serve. We don't want an illusion. We're not buying into an illusion anymore, especially if that illusion doesn't even sell products. Think about it. The more we look at how quickly this product rolled out and how quickly it vanished, the more this feels like a brand that wasn't actually supposed to last. That's eerie, isn't it? Here's what media outlets have said. The Cut wrote, Meghan Markle's latest venture feels more like a Pinterest board than a company. The lack of transparency raises questions. Where is everything being made? And why is nothing ever in stock? Like, did she just make 10 jars herself and sell it out to her family? Why also was she featured on Time 100 on the stage bragging about her products being sold? The follow-up question should be, wow, and how many products did you sell? It would just be silence. Next. Hi, thank you. Next question. New York Magazine asked, is As Ever selling jam or selling an identity? Because right now, it's hard to tell what exactly we're supposed to be buying. And that's how everyone feels when you listen to our podcast. You're like, are we promoting other female founders, or are you just continuing to promote yourself? Because you constantly bring it back to yourself, and you're the one that's teaching us these lessons when you have no lessons to teach. You just launched a product with millions of dollars backing you. You're not in the warehouse. You're not creating these things yourself. And you don't care to actually sell your product. You care more to talk about your product than to make the product to sell. Vulture said it very loud and clear. It's hard to take the founder branding seriously when the website looks perfect, but the business model feels like vapor. The Guardian described the brand's launch as a, quote, soft focused performance of entrepreneurship without the grit or the grind. And the Independent questioned, what's the plan here? Because if you can't buy anything, there's no roadmap. Can we even call it a business? And that's what we're questioning right now. But it all makes sense now. You see, the beekeepers are buzzing again. They're like, oh, duh. This wasn't meant to sell jams ever, as ever. It's like as ever. We're not meant to sell jams. I'm trying to sell my Netflix show so I could just say I did it. It's like when influencers get their deal for their content before they made their content. They're like, let's just like make this content and get it over with. They already got paid out. There's already a signed contract. You're getting $100 million. If you knew you were getting $100 million, see, I would put in the time and effort like we do on this channel, which is why we need to keep subscribing, people. And let's be real, these are not casual critiques. They are calling out the core intention of this brand. And that is, this was glossy intention with no execution. So would you call this whole product line a scam or a carefully staged illusion? We have to hear from you. Do you think Meghan Markle is actually trying to create a brand that's lasting? Or do you think this was just like a one-time content drop to support her podcast that's going to fail, to support her show that's going to fail after her 2-season pickup? And I was a fan. I think that's what makes it so interesting. I was somewhat a fan. And then it's like I was blind, and then my beekeepers woke me up. Oh my goodness. Wow. I need some more coffee. 3 cups was not enough today. Goodness. Drop your thoughts below. I need to hear from my beekeepers. Also, keep sending me your tips. I really appreciate it. I'm looking into everything, and I've been promising you a really fun video, and that is coming out. Our next video will be that, and that is I'm interviewing Meghan Markle exclusively. AKA, it's a comedian who's playing Meghan Markle, and it's way more exciting than Meghan Markle herself. Hit that subscribe button. I love you all. We'll see you next time. Ciao.
Show me love, make a change.